Good morning, people. Happy Saturday. Hi, Dana. This is Sly. This is not going to be a regular occurrence this Saturday with Terrietime thing because I can barely do a Tuesday. But I got a comment from Siwa. And I've never really hated Siwa or anything. We had a little disagreement. It's over with. I've never held a grudge on her. In fact, of all of them, of all the bottom feeders, she's probably my favorite at this point. So I didn't get to see her live, and I like watching her lives because her voice puts me to sleep. Well, by the time I saw it, I had to rewatch it. And she was very upset with Pool Stick showing my domestic violence picture, as I was. She was actually more upset than me because the fact that Minnie gave it to him is what made me upset. And the fact that he posted it did. But the incident that happened has happened to me many, many times. So I'm already over that. It's just the trust that I had in Minnie after she'd already done the purse backstabbing. And anything Poolstick does, he'll do anything. He's a joke. But the one thing that Siwa didn't seem to agree with me on, so let me just refresh your memory, Siwa, because I don't need to play your live. I know exactly what you said. This whole Muggsy, Amzi breakup thing. I call Amzi a gangster because she has threatened to kill me and my family at least 3 times, and I have the damn videos to prove it. Siwa and every bottom feeder that is defending her now hated her because she uses racial slurs. She threatens to kill people. She threatens to rape them. This is at least the 4th or 5th guy that she's went over this shit with, done the same thing. When I first met her, she was going with some madman. It's always not the guy's fault, ladies. She fired the first shot. She ran her mouth first. If Muggsy wants to come on here and defend himself, that is perfectly fine. And see, well, you know better. You know what gangster's capable of. So why all these women are running to her defense all of a sudden is a joke. And she's also friends with Britters off and on, off and on. She's friends with everybody but me because I never had anything to do with her after the threatening. I never really had anything to do with her before then because, like I said, her voice is like mumble jumble. I can't understand her. And she's always got something going on in the background and screaming this. And I would not be a bit surprised if her husband is there with her right now. Hey, Rolex. Good to see you. Anyway, so Siwa was all upset over the DV picture getting thing. And then she started to berate me on men, like she knows more about men than I do. Really, Siwa? The virgin? The virgin witch? You know more than I do when I said if a man is not ready and not aroused, that's on me. That's on the woman. And you said something about him being drunk. You don't think I've been with drunks? Everybody knows that drunks can't perform, but there are medicines out there now, so there's no excuse for men not to be able to get a hard on, ladies. I hate to break it to you. She obviously pulled a fast one on him. She knew exactly what she was doing. Don't act like she's some victim. This is some first time roll with her. Don't any of you remember when she loaded up the U-Haul and headed to Ohio with Beaver Clint? Have you all forgotten that? Have you forgotten when she flew to go see Matt Bear for a one-night stand and he put her on the plane the next day? Have you forgotten that? Have you forgotten her fucking around with that mobland guy, whoever the hell who is? Have you forgotten that? Have you forgotten her messing around with Deadly? Have you forgotten that? This is her MO. She deserves no sympathy whatsoever. She fired the first shot. She came back, got bent out of shape, and started talking about Muggsy. And for your information, he never whined about giving her the money. I listened to him. I talked to him. He took full responsibility for giving her the money. He never accused her of begging him for it, not one time. She got her feelings hurt because she probably misrepresented herself. She surely misrepresented her personality because we all know she's a terrible human being. Terrible. She's been forgiven for using the N-word. She is 1 minute from Watts in LA, and then the next minute, when she was trying to fit in with the Creek Squad with Ryan Upchurch and that bunch, she was a redneck from Alabama and carried a buck knife. She's whatever she tries to be to fit in to get in. She tried it over there with the crime community. She got a hold of him. And Muggsy is not that bad looking of a guy either. Not that. He's way better looking than Clint or that Matt Bear guy that she went crazy after. And I don't know what that mobland looked like because he wears a kerchief. This is her MO. And she deserves no sympathy at all. She came back, she ran her mouth, and Muggsy has every right to defend himself. And I don't care what you stupid bottom feeders think about it. My memory is because of this snapola that I do. But I wanted to say something about this because Swia just did it, and I don't really hate Swia. I don't hate her at all. But she's seeing this all wrong. She said, well, Terry's wrong because some men, when they drink, they can't perform. You don't think I know that, Swia? I'm 73 years old, and you're supposedly this virgin witch. I think if there's anybody that knows anything about men, it would be me. And I know about gangster, too, exactly what she's up to. And I think her husband has been there the whole damn time. I don't think he ever left her. I think it was a big scam. Because let me refresh you women, you bottom feeders' memory. I was on a phone call with Jen. This was 3 or 4 years ago. And her and Amzi and Britters were all on this phone call making up this whole scam to call CPS on each other. Oh, yeah. I heard it all. So that's all this gangster is capable of. She loaded up in a U-Haul coming to Ohio to be with Clint, Jen's best friend at the time. Have you all forgotten that? Have you all forgotten the shit that she's done? Because if you need a refresher, I have all the videos. All of them. And how convenient. All you women gang up. Well, Muggsy's terrible for saying this and that. She started it. And he never said that she begged him for any money. He said he gave it to her out of the kindness of her heart. And then she sits there and talks about him not being able to get up, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's still her fault. See, well, I don't care what you say. Because there are drugs now for men that overcome that. And if they're on the right drug, like Snap, they will go for 24 fucking hours. How about that, Swia? Do you know that? Before you go running your mouth about what I'm saying and what I think, you better bring the truth out. It wasn't 6 months ago you couldn't stand her. None of you could. You just took her back in the fold because what else you gonna do? I guess Maria. Oh, and I pull stick. I heard you ask for prayers for Maria. Well, guess what? They didn't work. She didn't win the case. It's been postponed again. So your little prayers didn't work. So maybe you might want to cough up that $400 of mine that you were going to give to an animal shelter and get a little couple blessings off Hyena, because her blessings work more than any of the prayers you're doing. And you sticking up for FBS, having a Jesus Christ tattoo. Let me tell you something, you ignorant pull stick cop calling snitch. I am an atheist. I've been one longer than you or and he is always touting the fact, I'm an atheist, I'm an atheist. Says, an atheist would not have a Jesus Christ tattoo. You make such a big deal over that Nazi shit. What do you think I feel when that fool's on there begging for money every day with absolutely no content? He's the biggest cop caller in the world. He's proved that with smearing blood on his face and getting in the back of an ambulance and trying to justify. Now he gets a letter and he's going to have handwriting. Are you fucking kidding me? You goddamn men are sophomoric, grade school. Going to somebody over a damn letter? You're jokes. I would, if I was a mob, I would want that name wiped from that community because there's none of you. None of you. I am more of a mob than you'll ever be because I don't believe in calling cops. And I know when a man gets hard and when they don't see, well, I don't need a lesson from you about it. Who had the porn room? Who had more men, me or you? I think it's pretty obvious what that answer is. And if you want to stick up for that fat gangster, I will play every one of her stupid videos where she's threatened to come to Texas, shove glass down my throat, kill me, kill my daughter, kill my granddaughters, got in a U-Haul, headed for Ohio to break up her best friend's man, Clint. Are we all forgetting that? Are we all forgetting the Matt Bear fiasco? Are we all forgetting and not to forget John Wolf. That's another one she went down. This is her MO. And if she'd have kept her mouth shut, I am very, very sure that Muggsy would have kept his shut. But this vile female can't keep her mouth shut. She had to come out with it first. And then when he had things to say about it, then all these women are gathering up to be friends with her. And you of all, Swia, should never forgive her because she said shit about you. But that's the way you bottom feeders are. Y'all talk about each other. Y'all hate each other, but y'all make up. Well, I don't. I remember what every one of you vile pieces of shit have done. Every single one of you. And remember, see what made you and me get mad in the first place? You put a DM up with my stepdaughter's name in it. If she would have seen that, which she didn't, because I will give you credit, you took it down as soon as I told you. But if she would have seen that, and her dad would have seen it, and her mom would have seen it, it wouldn't have been as nice as it was. So you've done shit too, accidental or not. If you don't do any of that stuff at all, like I don't, then you won't have to worry about it. And anybody that sticks up for SBS is dumber than the people that stick up for Pullstick. I heard a little bit of him going on. I'm so great. Nobody wants to. I'll fuck with you, FBS. You fucking fake atheist. You beggar. You're living off a goddamn woman. You can deny it if you want to, but that's exactly what you're doing. And so is Pullstick. They shouldn't say nothing. I am independent. Always have been, even when I've had a man. And see, well, I don't need no lessons on men from you. I'm of the feeling that if a guy can't get up, that's my responsibility. I wouldn't get on here saying, oh, well, I met whoever. I'm not going to say somebody I hate. Say I met anybody on here. One of the Creek Squad. Gobble. I met Johnny Gobble. And it was no good because he couldn't get it up. I would never say that. It's because I couldn't get it up. He's 44. I don't care. He said, listen to me, you dumbass Jane Creek. The motherfucker said he turned into an atheist at 11. There's no excuse for him getting a Jesus Christ tattoo and still having it on there and brag about being an atheist. He's not no fucking atheist, because I am one. It's just as ridiculous as the Nazi shit. He's not an atheist. He's a fucking beggar. He has no goddamn content. He throws people under the bus, and I gave him plenty of money before I figured out who the fuck he was and what he was, but I've never went back. Never, not one time. I know what he is. I know who he is. He needs no, and he's got a little letter, and he's going to have him. That fucking idiot needs to be in first grade. Who the hell cares about a letter? And he read the stupid damn letter, and it's not even threatening. Pussy boy in the back of an ambulance with a little blood. My DV picture that fucking Pullstick posted to me is 100 times worse than that. And I didn't call no damn cop. I never have. He's a fucking cop calling pussy. And if he gets some tattoos removed, he needs to get the Jesus Christ thing removed and the Omerta, because he's neither one. He can't keep his mouth shut. And the fact that him and Pullstick have teamed back up should tell you everything you need to know, because they're both losers. And the fact that Pullstick is hung up with Maria, the biggest bottom feeder of the bottom feeders, and his little prayers. Oh, Pullstick, do you feel bad that your little prayers didn't work out for Maria? Well, maybe you should try buying some blessings from Hyena and pay that fucking $400 back that you said, and I don't have a video of that because you deleted it. But you said you would send every one of my cash apps back to me or give it to an animal shelter. And you've done it. And let's not forget that you're a dog abuser. You and Maria both. Maria wanted to give her husband's dog to Antifreeze, and Antifreeze said, well, I'll throw it in traffic. Gap, poodle kicker Black, killed a poodle, kicking it, bragged about it, told the story. Antifreeze told the story of those two dogs. Maria was on a panel offering to give her husband's dog to Antifreeze. And now Pullstick is daring to say that I hang with an animal abuser when he bragged. He said, MRE, you wouldn't be so brave if I robbed you because I had a taser just for the dog. So you're an animal abuser too. Your birds of a feather cling together. I think maybe FBS might care about his dogs. I don't really give a fuck because he lies about everything else, so who the fuck cares? Because of what he said, Jane Creek. I'm not reading his mind. I'm listening to his goddamn words. He said he was an atheist when he was 11 or even younger. And then he goes and gets a tattoo when he's 18. Figure that out, Jane Creek, Miss Know-It-All. How do you know everything? I heard him say it. I don't take hearsay. I've heard the motherfucker say it. And I called him on it before this because a real atheist like me does not cut down Christians and rednecks and hillbillies and Muslims. I never do that. Never. You can ask anybody in my chat if I've ever said one single word to any Christian ever, but he does on a regular basis. On a regular. I give blessings through hyena. And he said something about his mother. Well, his mother, I guess hyena must have cured his mother because we had no more about that. But we'll hear something. This letter shit did it for me. When somebody sent me that clip and he was whining about a goddamn letter, can you believe it? And he's got the nerve to have omerta, and he brags about being atheist. It says it's smarter. The only thing he's smarter about is that he's got the dumbest bunch of people giving him money. They're even dumber than Pizza's people because at least Pizza's entertaining, funny. He's got to be, because that's all the content FBS has is a stupid-ass letter that a kindergartner could have sent him and playing pizza shit day after day after day. That's all he's got. He's not entertaining. He's not the only one that can speak. Gobbles water, gobble, 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 crushes up the cup like an idiot. He can't even push the mute button. You have to hear him do it, puffing on fucking cigarettes and giving people goddamn information, giving them advice about anything. He was a fucking sack whore. He never was no dope dealer, because I know dope dealers. They don't act like him. You can't forget about that Omer shit. You can't. All right, Rolex. And I can't forget about the Jesus Christ thing, because that's an affront to me. A real fucking atheist. Hi, stand-up guy. I'm in a rage today. And you probably don't know nothing about it because you're not in with the bottom feeders. But Swia, the virgin witch, decided to tell me about men getting hard and all that shit. I told her there's medicine out there now. She said, well, he might have been drunk. I don't care what he was. Muggsy had a right to come after her because she came after him first. And he never brought the money up. He said he was taking full responsibility for the money, that he gave it to her, and he's taking responsibility. She's done this shit 4 or 5 fucking times, and I just named it, but stand-up guy ain't heard them all. But she loaded up a U-Haul and headed to Ohio, stand-up guy. Did you know that? To be with Jen's man. She took an airplane flight to Matt Bear, a guy off Teenage Mom. He had a one-night stand with her and kicked her off. She's fucked around with Mobland. She's fucked around with John Wolf. She will fuck around with any guy that speaks to her. She does not need to be a victim in any of this. Any of it. She has threatened to kill me, shove glass down my throat, rape me with a black dildo, come here to Texas, kill me, my daughter, and my granddaughters. Of course, I didn't take any of it serious because that bitch don't got the nerve to show up where I am. In fact, none of you really should take that chance. Except for Bambi, the paper hanger. I do want her to come down here and post some pictures of me. But I'll pick them out because I want some good ones posted. And this Jane Creek don't shut up. Have you ever heard of the new atheist Terry? They feel, oh, I don't want to talk to you about being an atheist. You know how long I've been an atheist? Jane Creek. Longer than you've been fucking alive. So don't talk to me about anything I might know. And next you're going to want to argue with me about men. When I ran a porn room and been with lots of men, and I know how their mechanisms work. And believe me, I've never had no trouble. None. Because I don't give them fake lip. And that Tupperware thing he sent, that's common in the porn room industry. And the fact that Britters has it, those two have been friends off and on ever since all these women are. None of them stay mad except me. When I'm done with people, I'm done with them. And I kind of like Swia, but when I watched her little live trying to explain to me how men are, trying to explain to me how Muggsy was wrong, she started it, Swia. Check it out. She started it. She started it all. And if he wants to defend himself, he can defend himself. That's him. For any female that doesn't know this woman's history to stand up for her shows how ignorant and uninformed they are. But Swia knows what she's done. All the bottom feeders know what she's done. Even Creek Squat knows what she's done. And me, wake up, see, well, that's right, Whitney Lee. And me, I don't go back of you fuck me over like that. That's right, Sophie. That's right. And Sophie will be, well, I don't know if Sophie's been in the community long enough, but everybody knows exactly what Amzi is. And if they're friends now, fine, be friends. But don't cover up for her. Don't let any of you ever forget what this bitch is capable of and has done several times to several different men. I couldn't believe she got in that U-Haul and headed to Ohio. I mean, you got to get to know somebody. I give Muggsy credit for actually bringing her out there. He probably already knew what a mistake he made before he did it, but he went through on his promise. Does Swia get added to the animal abuser list? No, I didn't hear nothing about a Swia doing nothing to a parrot because I owned a parrot myself. I told you who the animal abusers are. Pizza. Pool stick for using a taser on dogs and eat out of his own mouth. Maria. She don't like her husband's dog, so she's going to give it to Antifreeze, a known dog killer of 2 dogs. And Heidi the Gap, poodle kicker, who told the story of kicking a poodle after it'd been in a crate for 12 hours, and she kicked it up against the wall. She said, that little motherfucker will never piss in the house again. And then when people tried to find out what happened to it, she said, oh, I don't know. I never saw it again. She knows. She knows she killed it. She knows she did. So there's the animal abusers right there, all of them in a group. I've never seen Swia do a mean thing to an animal. If she fed a parrot Fritos, that's funny because my parrot ate Fritos all the time and lived to be 50 years old. So you might have your information wrong, little troublemaker. Have you owned a parrot? Do you own a parrot? They can eat. My parrot ate mashed potatoes, green beans, corn, apple, whatever I walked in the room with, my parrot got it. And it lived a ripe old age till 50. I just showed his cage the other day. So Swia was by no means an animal abuser. Never was, never will be. In fact, she was one of the few people that stuck up for me when the great Antifreeze was trying to tell everybody I didn't have a license for dogs. And she don't even know the damn laws in Texas. But I had the paper. I showed it. Swia was the only one that stuck up for me. So I ain't got no hatred towards Swia. She's just wrong, and all the women are wrong that are sticking up for that gangster at this point. All of them. Everybody knows what she's capable of. Everybody knows her and Britters have been off and on and off and on. Her and Jen have been off and on. She never stays mad at anybody. You say hi to her, and she's right back in there. I used to hear her and Jen plotting all these little fake fights so they could get some views. I think her husband's there with her now, never going to leave, because if you listen to her carefully, you'll hear her say, well, I was about to take AJ back after this happened. You fool. You need to stay with somebody that wants you. I know she does. Yeah, you want me to play some videos of her threatening me, threatening Lily, threatening Jen, threatening Brenda? Would you like to hear them? Because I've got every one of them. I can bring the past back to you perfectly. Anybody that defends her is crazy or they don't know the facts. But I know that these bottom feeders know the facts about gangster. It hasn't been that long ago. And she used the N-word right with a black guy that is still my friend to this day. Real entertainment right on the panel. She got by with that. They overlook that. But my God, if somebody else says it, it's the death sentence. Don't forget that Matt, after he got some, I know he made her sleep on the couch and then he sent her. Please play the videos. Well, I can't do it right now. They're uploaded, but I will play them. Because I've got her saying she's threatened to kill me at least 3 times. At least 3. And my whole family. Not just me, my whole family. For nothing. I don't even remember what she was mad about. Who cares? I can't understand her. Have you people ever tried to listen to her? The only person harder to listen to than her is Anne Graham, the Scottish translation victim. She mumbles and jumbles. She's supposed to start at a certain time. It's lucky if it's 2 hours later she even starts. And then she's got a bunch of distractions and shit going on. She eats and drinks online, much like FBS. I wish I had a big old crinkly cup like he does so I could annoy everybody like he's. I wish I had a cigarette, but I don't smoke. Come on, people, get the donation. Oh, there's Kat now. Runs this channel. Let's match it. Let's match it. Whining over a fucking letter. He is a sissy. He's a liar. And if he was any sort of atheist at all, he would not have that Jesus Christ. He would pretend that guy was Charles Manson or somebody because it kind of looks like Charles Manson. YouTube loves shit cracks. It does me too, but I can't say too much, Rolex, because I used to be on Tinder, Plenty of Fish, Christian dating, you name it, I've been on it. And I've gotten men off all of them. But guess what? This may come as a big surprise to you innocent little ladies. The Christian people were the same people that was on Plenty of Fish, the same people that was on Tinder. They're all the same. They're all wanting one thing. And if Gangster didn't realize that, that's on her. That's not on Muggsy. These guys want something, and most women, if they got a brain in their head, they know exactly what it is, and they don't fall in fucking love over it. Muggsy had every single right to defend himself, and the fact that you women are putting this gross gangster on a pedestal when she's been Mexican, she's been Italian, she's been a redneck, she's been this, she's been that. Wherever she goes, whatever community she goes in, she has to try to be, I got a buck knife, I live in Alabama. Then she goes somewhere else and she's from Watts, California. Then she goes somewhere else and she's in Portland being this or that. She's a joke. And if you want to back her up, that just makes you look idiotic because you are conveniently forgetting all the times she's pulled this shit. All the times. John Wolfe, Mobland, Deadly, Clint, Matt Bear. Yep, Sean Diamond. I know, I've tried it a lot. I met a couple that were decent. I never met any that I stayed with, but I met a few, but I haven't done that in a while because I think I met one I'm going to keep forever now, Paul, because I'm too old. I'm tired of looking. Hoffman Estates, how you doing? Anyway, Swia, thanks, but no thanks. It was nice of you to say that, you know, you think Pool Stick's a scum of the earth for showing my DV picture, which he is. But Minnie was the one that sent it to him, and that was a one-picture deal. Nobody has ever seen any pictures of me beat up because I don't know if there is any except the ones the hospital took, and the detectives have them. But I took that picture that day on the spur of a moment because my ex, Joseph, had been over here, and he gave me an ultimatum. And I didn't have a gun with me. I was in the kitchen, no gun. He was sitting right in front of my rack of knives. And he said, you're either going to be my last love or my first M. And I was scared to death. I thought, I have no gun. This fucker can grab a knife and it'll be an episode of Snapped. And my dogs will be walking in my blood. Well, he didn't. He just stood up over the table and he popped me once in the eye. Guess what, FBS? I didn't call the cops. No, but I did do one stupid thing. I sent that damn picture to Minnie because Minnie called me every day. We talked every day, and she said, oh, how you doing today? And I said, I'll show you how I'm doing. I went in here, I laid on my bed, I took that picture, and I sent it to her. And I never saw the picture again because it's not even in my phone. I didn't keep it until she gave it to Poolstick, and Poolstick. And isn't it funny how he hasn't mentioned that? This big defender of women. He's going after stand-up guy's wife who has never been on the internet or said one single word. I thought he said if the people weren't involved and running their mouths, he wasn't going to say anything. He can go after stand-up guy all he wants. Stand-up guy's wife hasn't done anything. She's never even said a word on here. Never. So he tries to justify everything he does by saying they're coming after his family. He says he's not a snitch when we can all, and Grumpy Italian, go watch his channel. He played the clips of Poolstick admitting that he went to the police with his partner because he was so worried about her over Chicago Muscle, who happens to be his best friend now, and I haven't figured that out yet. So yes, Poolstick, you are a cop-calling snitch. That's why you're friends with FBS, because you're the same. I heard you asking for your little pitiful prayers for Maria. Do you realize how many ROs that bitch has put on people? Do you have any idea? Swia being one of them. And I can't even name them all. She deserves no prayer. She deserves no mercy. She's getting exactly what she gets. If it ever happens, because it's been postponed 25 times, maybe that judge will finally wake up. It's probably a woke judge from South Florida. It's going to keep letting it go on forever till they get sick of it. But at least it has been quiet from over there, from her. Yeah, she's an RO person. My God, yes. She's put them on Swia. She's put them on. I can't even name all the people because you don't know them anyway, but she's the RO queen of all. She puts ROs on everybody. Everybody that dares to call her the M word. I call her Maria because Jesco likes me to call that. And hillbillies are my priority. So he wants me to say Maria. I'm going to say it. And see, well, I don't need any advice on you, from you about men, because after all, you are the virgin witch. I am certainly not a virgin, not by any stretch, but I know how to get a man aroused, believe you me. And I don't blame it on the alcohol, because I've got some snap that'll bring them right the fuck out of that. For you to stick up for Gangster after all the shit she's done to almost everybody. Not like Maria, there's hardly anybody that bitch hasn't done something to. She's not smart. She ain't smart enough to look shit up and stuff. I don't know who's doing that for her. I knew she wouldn't come to Texas and fucking with me in real life. I knew she had more sense than that. Did you testify yesterday? I heard it got... How many times can they postpone that stupid trial, Sophie? I'm sick of it. That judge must be a woke joke judge. I tell them, get with it, get it over with. It's not really going to do nothing but make them both shut up, but just her shutting up would be great. These people use the law, and I know it. I told them, call the cops on me. They won't do it, because you know why? Because I don't fuck around with these goddamn people. I'm not scared. I'm not scared like FBS. Write me letters, people. I'll read them. I won't call no cops on you. I won't be scared of a letter. I'm not scared. I'm an atheist. I don't have Jesus Christ on me nowhere. Making up some goddamn cock and bull fucking story that I was 11. I can remember it like it was yesterday. And then he's got that stupid ass Jesus Christ on there and that old America when he runs his mouth nonstop to every cop that'll listen to him. If people would have pulled up my yard like they did his, I'd have handled it. And if they did happen to beat me up, which I can take a beating, I'm like the Buffalo Bills. Me and the Buffalo Bills are like, we can both take a beat. I would never have called a cop. Never. On anybody. I've never posted a child. I've never posted a family member. I've never talked about a family member. Unless they want to pop their mouths off and get involved, then I will. These guys are going after stand-up guys. What? She's never said a word to anybody about anybody. And I had more fun on his panel because Carlos was up there. Sons of Italy was up there. I loved it. I loved it. We were talking about things that older people know that these young 30-year-olds that can't even do a jumping jack are trying to tell me how to do something with a man. Well, why don't they get a bunch of men like I've had then if they're so goddamn good with men? They can't even get one to keep them overnight. I know it. Trust no one. She's posted trust no one. Well, she's a big one to talk to. You know why me and Jules got in a fight? I'll remind you of this, too. Jules made my intro, and I fucking love it. We got in a fight because I could see she wasn't loyal to nobody. Because Amber had done the most disgusting shit to her, put dead squirrels. That'd be like somebody taking Hyena's picture and sticking knives in it and putting it all over their channel. Then I'm going to be good with them later. Well, that's what she did. And when she took Amber back, I said, that's it. I'm out of here. I can't trust somebody that gives everybody another chance, takes a little weak-ass apology and forgives them. That's not me. When I'm done, I'm done. I never spoke to Jules after that, only in comments. Never called her. She's blocked off my Instagram. I'm done with it. I'm done. Because I can see how she is. She's friends one day, mad the next. Though Swia, I've got a little soft spot for her, and I always have, because there's something about her voice, and she knows this. I would try to find her doing a live, and I would listen to her and go to sleep because her voice is soothing to me. Unless she's got some yapper up there with her that I can't stand. But when I heard Swia sticking up for me over the pool stick shit, but I thought everybody knew what he was. He beat one woman with a pool stick, and he posted a picture of me, which he's never said a word about why he did it. I know why he did it, because I put his crotch pictures up there with him grabbing his junk. That's it got him mad. He's got a thin skin, just like FBS left a little old letter upset him. You better be glad you ain't been through a bunch of divorces, FBS. That's Johnny Mac to a T. A half-ass apology is all it takes. I know it. So the judge had to let the employee. Are you kidding me, Sophie? They ran out of time. When's the next time? Is it in March? It takes well, they're in this. There's so many CPS callers and job callers and cop callers in both communities, mob tube and bottom feeders, that you can't name them. You can't name them because they do it. That's the way they do things. I still talk to Real Entertainment to this day. And after what Maria did to him, and we all remember it. I don't know if Sophie does. I don't know if Sophie was in this bunch when all that went down. But Swia remembers it. I know she does. I know Antifreeze remembers it. Oh, that just gets glossed over. I mean, she tried to get him evicted. And the man is wonderful to me. I have never had a problem with Real Entertainment. Never. And he goes by Lefty now. We talk once a week at least. That's Johnny Mac to a T. I know. And Johnny Mac found out the hard way when he gave me an ultimatum. You, Joey Dimes, or him. I said, bye. But he has agreed to not talk about me, and he's held his word. So I'm going to hold my word about him. And I do love Tabitha. He has a wonderful wife. And that's another one that Pool Stick shouldn't have been going after and putting her video up. I've never heard Tabitha say one word. Much like stand-up guys, those women have not been involved in any of this shit, and there's no excuse for bringing them up, for anybody bringing them up. Oh, let's see. I think Elsid. I remember him, TT. He seemed like a nice guy. He was a nice guy. He's got another channel now. It's called Lefties. Man, I wish I had his link. I'd drop it. If any of you moderators can get his link, it's called Lefties something, but it's a mukbang channel. He goes to places and eats food, but we still talk. And Maria was terrible to him. Terrible to him. She's been terrible to everybody. She tries to get ROs on everybody. She's put up shit about me. She posted my granddaughters. The one and only person that has ever posted one family member of mine was her. And I didn't retaliate. I didn't get on there and post anybody of hers because I don't care what they do to me. I will never do that. Never. I don't care how mad. Even FBS, as bad as I despise him, I would never put a family member of his up. Never. Or Pool Stick. Pool Stick. Said your little prayers didn't work for Maria. Why don't you, I'll make you pay for some blessings from Hyena. Maybe those will work. Even though it would kill me to have that dog give her a blessing. Mojo Rising Doom is, I don't know nothing about that Doom guy. I know. And I tried to warn Muggsy. I said, Muggsy, don't get involved with this maniac. You have no idea. He wouldn't listen. So he did it. He's finding out the hard way. He made a mistake, but he never accused her of growing money off him. Never. He took full responsibility and said he gave her the money. And he's taking full responsibility for it. And I think he's a man for that. And he's sure not bad looking. The pictures I've seen. Brenda, that was embarrassing too. I don't know the stuff about Doom because I couldn't hardly stand listening to him. Even before the whole house burning thing and all that. I don't know how anybody can speak on it because I watched the news report. I can't imagine even the antifreeze stuff, which was terrible. Giving antifreeze to dogs. I can't imagine me being such an animal lover. I can't imagine leaving animals in a house that's going to burn down. I just can't even put my head around something like that. And I don't know that Dome or whatever his name is. But I know one thing. If anybody ever touched one of my animals, it'd be the last thing they ever did. But then again, you, Terrietime, turned on me when I had done nothing. What are you talking about, Brenda? I'm not even sure who you are. When did I ever turn on you? Because I don't know who you are. I turn on content creators. Do you have a channel? Because I don't mess with subs. He locked 3 high energy dogs locked in a basement to piss and shit. Mojo, I don't know the details of that because when I heard it, it was coming out of one of the biggest liars in the bottom feeders, antifreeze's mouth. And now I guess they're friends with him. So I just can't imagine somebody leaving animals to die. I can't, and it's going to make me upset. Carlos, hey, I got a special friend for you up here if you don't bite me. Because hyena's outside. Carlos likes, oh, you're mad, huh? Because you got a bad attitude. Presley, yeah, you're going to growl? You got more manhood about you than FBS does. You ain't never called a cop or back down either. No, you haven't. Did you get your message, Carlos? We talked on, is your name Brenda A on Instagram Messenger? Carlos is wonderful to everybody. Hi, Miss Can't Be Wrong. I've had a little shit stirring thing over here because I had to straighten Swia the witch out on a live she did, trying to tell me how man's junk works. Carlos, maybe you can take Amzi off. Oh, please don't do that to Carlos. He's got another beautiful girlfriend, Kat, that we both like. He don't need to get Amzi. Huh, baby? Why are you so mad all the time? Tell you one thing, you won't be getting no blessings off this dog. Ha ha, don't put it on. No, don't put it on Carlos. Please. Please don't put her on Carlos. Anyway, I just wanted to clear that up. I just heard his version when he was on stand-up, and he said he locked 3 dogs and allowed, I don't know, because I haven't listened to him. I don't really want to talk about it. If he did it, he's despicable. There's no excuse. Animal abusers, to me, should be put to sleep. And I'm just saying that nicely. I can't stand any of them. And to think that the Gap, Poodle Kicker, and Antifreeze told their own abuse stories out of their mouth, and Pull Stick trying to get at MRE because MRE has dogs. He has a big Doberman. He said, well, MRE, you wouldn't scare me with that dog because guess what? We've got tasers for them dogs. Well, that's animal cruelty, Pull Stick. You ignorant cop calling. And don't say you don't call cops, because going to watch Grumpy Italian's channel, the last video he put up. He admitted to leaving those animals locked in a house for 4 days. Who would do that? Tupperware. Well, I would have used a classier dish, Carlos, like a wine glass, like they used to in my porn room. They would have wine glasses. I don't think any of them ever did it in Tupperware. But wasn't it weird that Birders had the same thing? Either her and Amzi, who never stopped being friends, really passed the picture on, or Muggsy was talking to all of them. Definitely a cop call. You better believe Grumpy Italian is the best. He had it locked down out of Pull Stick's own mouth, how he went with his partner to file charges and mention the gaudy name and make it be FBI. And now there's FBS holding up a little stupid ass kindergarten letter, all getting worried about it. You're such a joke. It's no wonder you don't have any friends. What was the alternative? What could he have done? How about it in a Yeti? He needs to drink out of something like I do, because the way he drinks out of that plastic thing, I only watched a little bit of it, just the letter part. He gulps, gulp, 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 crunch, 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 puff, 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 puff. And then he's got an addiction show. Is he an idiot? It's a good thing you don't try to have no atheist channel. I think Amzi sent it to Britters at one point, or I can see Amzi sending it. Yeah, they've always been hand in hand, the two of them. They get mad for a little bit and then they make up. Because Jen was the same way. Back when I was dealing with Jen, and I'm not anymore, but I still love her. Jen, if you're hearing this, I still love you. I just can't deal with you anymore. I'm too old. I got too much going on to everybody telling me you're doing this and doing that. But back when I was dealing with Jen, I was on so many phone calls. between her and Amzi and Britters and Amber, setting up these little schemes that they were going to do, these little fake fights they were going to get in, the little synchronized CPS calls. I heard it all, people. There's nothing that these women won't do. Nothing. Well, she says it's not considered revenge. These cupcakes. I know, I saw that. You know what? I want to know who I think Postick's commenting under my fucking videos. Because somebody left me a comment, told me to be sure and watch that show, that new thing, whatever it is, team, whatever the hell it is. And Brenda, you need to tell me who you are because I don't remember ever being mean to you. I think I figured out who Cranky is, though. I think it's Fun Size. I used to always get along with Fun Size. I don't know if that's true, but she did come in the stand-up guys chat, and I've seen her, and she said, Terry, you know me real well. We used to be good friends, and I kind of looked at the profile picture, and it sort of looked like Fun Size. So Fun Size, if it's not you, I'm sorry, but you told me I would figure it out, and I figured out that it's Fun Size. And I don't really know what happened to her. That word should not be in the same sentence as Amzi's name, Whitney. Yes, TT, you know it's him. Well, I know this can't be wrong because I can't even remember which video he put it under, but he puts it under not like the one today. It'd be one from 3 or 4 days ago. And I'd look and he says, be sure you watch that show tonight. So I clicked on the channel and it's maybe a week old, the channel, and it was called not Team Muscle, nothing like that, Team something else. And I looked at what they were going to show, and it had my wonderful Carlos, Johnny Mac, stand-up guy, and I can't think who the other guy was that they're going to talk about. I can't think who the other guy was, and I thought, well, who would be wanting me to watch that? It has to be Poolstick, because Chicago and I have an agreement. And I'll tell you what, you can say what you want to about him. He has not went one word against our agreement, and I haven't either, and I never will till the day I die. He has kept his word to me. But what in the world he's doing with Poolstick, I cannot figure out. I just can't. I don't know what he sees in him. He doesn't need Poolstick. Poolstick needs him. That's very obvious. But, you know, we're friends, and I don't care. He can be friends with Poolstick if he wants to. Brenda, he did send it directly to her. He said 3 on stand-up. Hi, Hand of Doom. Good morning. This Saturday thing's not going to be regular. I just did it because I just heard the witch acting like I didn't know that when men get drunk, they can't perform, which I have had so many damn men. You can't even begin to tell me how to be with a man. And you don't need to be sticking up for Amzi, the gangster, because she is threatened to do stuff to every single person. That she's not going to do nothing. She never has. The only thing she really did was go to that true crime thing. I got some beautiful pictures of her on that. I got some great screenshots. And then she loaded that U-Haul up and was going to go move in with Clint. And even though her and Jen were best friends, do all you ladies remember that? And then I don't know what went on between her and Mobland, but Mobland said it was like a stalkerish thing. And then John Wolf, we all remember John Wolf. Big hair, don't care. Handed to. I want to know, Brenda, who you are. I can't believe I got ever in a fight with you. I don't remember you. Usually people I have a problem with, my memory, I know who they are. And watch FBS. If you have to drink constantly online and beg for money, drink quietly. And you're not the smartest, and you're not the best. In fact, you may be the dumbest and the worst. Trump, 2024. Rednecks, hillbillies, white trash. Trump, 2024. If you don't realize what's going on in the country, and that's another reason I don't like messing around, getting involved with these women. And if Swia wouldn't have made a live talking about me, and I'm not even mad, Swia. You know, it's your way of seeing things. You're one of these real sensitive people that can't stand to see a woman get talked bad about. Well, I know how women are. I ran a porn room. Believe you me, I know how they are. Most of them get exactly what they get because they don't keep their mouths shut. I find it hypocritical of the guy in Miami to say he defends women. Yes, and did you see the picture he posted of me? A DV picture. Savage. Good to see you. How's Kat doing? I want you to verify that Hyena's blessings work. He posted my DV picture, people, with no problem at all doing it. And he makes fun of a black dude called Leroy. He hasn't done that either since I did the live and showed the picture that he posted of me. Yes, Terrietime, we text each other on IG. Then you got it in your head. I was Terry Lynn. Oh, I might have done that because I'm paranoid about her. I know she's got 1 million sock accounts. Hoffman Estates, they are doxing cowards. Yeah, I do remember that, Brenda A. Kat is coming home from cruise today. Well, tell her I love her. I don't know if I've got her blocked, but I'm going to unblock her. Carlos, see you in a little while, Pally. I can't. Why are you going on Rumble, stand-up guy? I told you I can't navigate that thing. It's too hard. But I love being on your show. I loved it. I had more fun up there, and I got them to take their avatars off, and there was 4 faces of actual people. It was wonderful. Brenda A, and I have talked from time to time. Yeah, I think I do remember you. I'll go unblock you because I do think I got real paranoid for a while. I thought everyone was TL. I'm just sticking up for Muggsy because he never said that Amzi begged him for money. Never. He said he gave it to her of his own free will. He was taking responsibility. She wanted to go run her mouth about him not being a man and blah, blah, blah. So, hey, girl, you want to run your mouth? You better be ready to take it. And why these other women are suddenly forgetting all the vile shit that you did is beyond me. Because you've done shit to everybody. Everybody. Stand up guy, Rumble. Yeah, post the links you want to in there, Miss Can't Be Wrong. I want that Gotcha Man's link, but I have that because he's out of the Durkeyverse. Or kind of out of the Gobble. Well, I don't know. They're all mixed in because they're all fake. I know, Savage. And you remember some of the shit Amzi did with her little plots with Jan and her little plots with Brittany and fake fighting. You know all that stuff. You've been in there since the beginning. You and me met. Absolutely. The first time we met was at one of Amber's poolside things. Right after she left Sherelle. That's how long me and Savage have known each other. Sign up, then you can chat over there. You just have to click on. I went over there, Miss Can't Be Wrong, and I don't want no more stuff downloaded on my phone. It was asking me for a password and all that stuff. So I just went in there and listened to it. And it was getting on my nerves. I don't do new stuff. I'm too old. I can't learn new stuff. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. She said it wasn't enough. 2K over 3 months was nothing. She said ungrateful. Is she out of her mind? Muggsy was trying to be graceful to her. He was taking responsibility for the money. He said, hey, I sent it to her, and now she's rubbing that in. Betty Man on here, within the sound of my voice, fools with her. You know exactly what you're getting. If I can figure it out, anyone can. I can figure it out, Yorkville. I can get on there and listen, but I just don't like it because I'm used to YouTube. I can read the chat. Wow, 2K over 2 months is a lot. That's what I'm thinking. I need some of them dollars spent my way because I've got a prisoner. And I've got dogs, old dogs. They're hospice, like Presley. I've got a wonderful prisoner now, though. I think I'll stay with him forever. Paul. He likes it when I raise hell. He won't like it when he's face to face with me. I can guarantee you that. Miss Cat, exactly. She said she has more money in her shoebox in her chest than, oh, okay, Amzi. We all believe that bullshit. I don't think her damn husband ever left her. I think he's there right now. I think that was all a scam for money. How convenient that they're getting along. I have broke up with some of the worst men in the world. Wanted them gone. And when they actually left, I couldn't stand it. I was upset. She ain't been upset one day over nothing. Laughing with that hideous, I can't even do that laugh, that maniacal laugh she's got. You can't make me believe that's true. True a few times. Okay, Brenda, I will unblock you because you, obviously, I thought you were TL because there was a time when I thought everybody was her, but Really didn't matter. She didn't do nothing to me. If she had a shoebox of money, she wouldn't be on here asking, just saying. I know, Miss Can't Be Wrong. I just wanted to straighten out what Swia was putting out because I was thinking, my God, hopefully if they're listening to her, they know that's not what I think. I haven't forgot Amzi. I haven't forgot all the shitty shit she's done. And I will get those videos. I've got them on another channel where she was threatening to kill me, shove glass down my throat, kill my daughter and my grandkids. All of us. She was going to do a hit on us all. Now, Brenda A isn't not T Miss Can't Be Wrong. TL, don't mix that up. She snickers every 3 or 4 times, and she says like you know, and then her sound doesn't work, and then she has to get up and do something with somebody. But at least she don't drink ungodly amounts of water like FBS and crunch that cup up. Between the laugh and the like, I can't watch her either. I tried to watch her because I wanted to hear what she said about Muggsy, and she played that music for 30 minutes. So I kept going back and fast. Then when she finally talked, it took her another 30 minutes to get to the point. And then when she did, she was just saying how gross he was and how he couldn't perform. And it was a raggedy looking hotel and blah, blah, blah. And I thought, oh, wow, how ungrateful. How ungrateful. He should have been the one, but he didn't say nothing for a whole day. He let her run her mouth for a couple days before he came back. And he has that right. No, she's fucking embarrassed right now. She's failing about out there. Hasn't slept. She's trying to backtrack on what she said about Muggsy, then saying more nasty shit. Well, FBS has congestive heart failure. I don't care what his excuse is. There's normal ways to drink online. You have to drink that much. Because Brandon Tatum, my hero of YouTube, drinks and he mutes it. So everybody doesn't have to hear him gulp down. I had a dog that just passed with congestive heart failure. Tatum, I know they drink a lot of water. But if I had something where I had to drink constantly, I would mute it or I would learn how to drink quietly. So everybody didn't have to hear the gulping and the crunching and the smoking. You shouldn't even smoke on cam, especially if you're a recovery person like him. I think it's disgusting. Tupperware, yes, because she's got fake dumpster dive support right now. You got that right. No way, no how. Anyway, that's a pet peeve of mine. I don't like hearing the chewing and the drinking and the gulping. I just don't. And when I do a mukbang, that's the only time you should be eating, when you're doing something actually with food in it. And I know I look pretty rough, but I'm not scared to come on camera. I looked rough up there on stand-up, guys. I rewatched that and I thought, my God, you talk about somebody that rode hard and put up wet. But I still enjoyed myself. Anyway, I'm going to get off here. Good morning. Swia, no hard feelings. Just don't try to put words in my mind because I'm perfectly capable of saying exactly what I think. Exactly what I think. And what I think about gangster is exactly what I've said. And you know yourself, you have not forgotten all the men she's fucked with and all the times this shit has went on. You haven't forgotten it. You haven't forgot the little scams that her and Britters did together. So I do slip like a lady. Watch this. And look at my cup. Terrietime. My beautician got me that cup. No problem. You can drink quietly. Carlos, I love you. I love being on that panel with you. I loved it when you took your avid. She hasn't had as soon as they fall out again. Oh, yeah. They're going to fall out, too, because Savage has been around as long as me. And they all fall out. I mean, I knew Amber first because of Sherelle. And the next person I met was Savage. And then the next person I met was Jen. And then the rest of them just kind of fell in after that. But Savage knows exactly the history of these women. All of them. All of them. Anyway, I'm going to get off of here. You guys have a wonderful Saturday. Don't be expecting this Saturday with Terrietime because the only reason I did it today is because tomorrow I'm going to be busy and I wanted to respond to Swia, but I didn't want her getting all mad because I'm not being mad at you. See, well, I'm just telling you, don't try to tell me how to handle men. Don't try to tell me how I feel about Amzi. I can't stand Pull Stick either because Minnie gave him that picture of my DV, but guess what? I'm not crying and squalling about it. I just put it up there so women would be aware that he not only beats women with pull sticks, he posts pictures of women that have been beat. And he's a dog abuser because he uses tasers on them and he brags about it. I'm just calling awareness to the obvious. Bye. Thanks for showing up. I'll try to make it a Saturday's thing, but I can't just get on here and just talk when I don't have anything that's really, really passionate about. And people aren't up on the politics. I would talk about politics every single day. But like when Swia left that wonderful comment on my video and I hadn't heard from her and I went to listen and then I heard her saying, what she said. And I thought, I don't want people thinking I'm giving Amzi no excuse because I'm not. I never have. Never. I'll try to make it a Saturday thing if I can. Anyway, I've got to go. I'm in love, so I'm in an extra good mood, can't you tell? Love you. Tell Kat. Tell Kat, I don't think I've got her blocked. I think she wished me a happy birthday or something. But anyway, Savage, if you see her, tell her I called her out. And if Hyena was in here, I'd get blessings for you, but she's outside. Well, I could do that, I guess. Tupperware. And Brenda A., I'm going to search and unblock you. Ciao. Oh, and I don't have a filter on for any of you filter watchers that accuse me of wearing filters. I do not have a filter on at all. This is just how I look. Deal with it. Bye.